going on, everybody? Welcome to Bro Talk, a spot where real men kick back, speak up, and keep it all the way 100. Hosted by the committee. We're talking about the stuff that most folks are too shy, too proud, or too scared to bring up. From the everyday grind to the heavy mental battles, from dating disasters to daddy duty, nothing is off limits. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C. Tonight, we got a couple of interesting topics. It's been a full week this week here around these parts, and we're gonna touch on just a few to give you our thoughts, and hopefully you can tap in and share yours as well. So we're gonna start off this thing tonight with Coach Freeman and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and their pullback from not only the bowl games but the ACC. So thoughts, ideas, input. What you got?
Man, I think they crazy. To hear a grown man get on national TV and act like a baby, man, complain about something that it just don't make sense. Like, y'all independent. I just don't understand how they're still allowed to be independent after all these years. Somebody should make them get in the conference because they always get into the playoffs. They always get into the bowl games. For what? For they pick their schedule. And you gonna tell me I just don't understand it, man. So he's upset with the ACC because they picked Miami, which Miami beat them head to head, which makes a lot of sense. And then why would they advocate for you when you are independent? You don't benefit the ACC at all. All your money goes into Notre Dame's account. If Miami goes and represent the ACC get a percentage of that. Plus, if the ACC don't advocate for Miami to get in, then they won't have nobody in. So I mean,
So
it just
let me
go ahead.
ask you this. I'm gonna play devil's advocate just a tad bit. Okay. Question: Is Notre Dame one of the top 12 teams in America? Yes or no?
I
Yes,
can't say that. I can't say that they are.
I can.
I don't think
I
they could beat
can.
Vanderbilt head to head. I don't know if they could beat Texas head to head. I don't know if they could beat LSU head to head. I don't know if they could beat Oregon head to head. You
I
you
mean,
don't
what are they
play, huh?
losses? They lost to SMU, right?
They
Miami.
lost.
No.
They lost to
Miami
Miami and Texas A&M.
and Texas.
Texas A&M.
Miami and
Texas
Texas
A&M.
A&M beat them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Okay.
they lost to these two schools combined less than 8 points. Those
And
two
both of those games
games,
was at the beginning of the year.
those two
Which
teams
makes a difference. I
were
did
less
that
than
for
But your
sure.
less
but your
than 8
schedule,
points.
yeah, but your schedule is ranked 41st. Alabama's schedule is ranked 11th. That's at the end of the season. That's after everything is moved when people who's supposed to be number two ain't number two.
So let me ask you this:
So you ain't played nobody.
Well, that ain't true. They played everybody that everybody else played. I don't know that Alabama had a 9 ranked schedule at the beginning of the season.
Notre Dame played 4 ACC teams, and that's it. Alabama had to play more SEC teams than that.
I mean,
Like
I
you
don't
got to
know.
pick who you got to pick who you want. Like you're not part of the ACC, so you pick a few teams that you can beat in the ACC. But then you go back and you go and do your own thing. So you're not obligated to play in your conference because you're not part of a conference. So you basically picking your schedule. You picking who you playing.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
You might put
Yeah, I mean, it's
USC on
a
there.
tough look.
Well,
I
look,
mean, you might put USC on there, but you get to pick who you want to play. You're not obligated to play in the SEC. You're not obligated to play in the Big Ten. You're not. I mean, even those teams, we don't think those conferences are that great, but you still got to play.
Big Ten got better this year.
At the top.
They got better this year for sure. And I mean, I agree. Can they beat Michigan? Can they beat the Indianas? Can they beat Ohio State? Can they beat Alabama? I mean, I agree. But I, to to the question that was asked, the point, they're better than JMU and they're better than Tulane, regardless of conference.
I would say
uh,
that.
They're better than the two teams that got in at 11 and 12, for sure. There's no question about that. They're better than both of those teams.
I can agree with you on that part. But
So
let me ask you this, or let me ask you this, Travis. Do you put Notre Dame in over Vanderbilt, who's had the best season in history, only 2 losses? Do you think Notre Dame has a better resume than Vanderbilt?
I don't. But two things can be true at the same time. Do I think that Notre Dame is a top 12 team? Probably. Do I think that there were?
Are we basing it off history, or are we basing it off of?
I'm basing it off the eye test. I'm basing it off of what I saw this season and what they put on the
they play
field every week. They play good football. They yeah, they
and
are
it's
a
football.
solid team. But do I think Vanderbilt should have got in? Yes, I think Vanderbilt should have got in. Do I think Notre
Okay,
Dame can beat Vanderbilt? I don't know. To me, it depends on who has the home field advantage. Because I think that if you go to and play in Nashville, Vanderbilt will probably beat Notre Dame. But if you play it in South Bend, it'll probably be a different outcome.
Now,
I just
now here's my take. All right. So everybody confused about talk about Miami. Do you think Notre Dame could beat James Madison or Tulane?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So why they get auto bids? Because they won those conferences. Those aren't even even remotely elite conferences, right?
Right. I agree
So
with that point.
you see what I'm saying? So I mean, this whole argument is like, oh, they independent and this and that. That's null and void, especially when you got two teams that shouldn't even be sniffing the college football playoffs because they got the rest of their conferences is just straight wet.
So,
Like,
so what should have happened is no, JMU and Tulane should have played for that one spot and let somebody else in. That's what should have happened.
A
That would have
play-in.
been
So who gets
Yeah.
in? So who gets in?
yeah.
Do Notre Dame
But they
still
even
get
said,
in over Vanderbilt? Do they still get in over Texas?
so
Do they
so
still get in?
so
Notre Dame
where's Vandy ranked right now?
15,
they like 16, ain't they?
15, yeah, somewhere in there.
I think, and I got a kid that play at Vanderbilt. I think that Notre Dame is a better football team than Vanderbilt.
This year?
Yes. Man, that's taking nothing away from Vandy now. It's taking nothing away from Vandy. They had
Vandy ranked 14.
a hell
Yeah,
of a
they ranked 14th.
What about Texas?
James, Texas
Texas is
13th.
13th.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
Notre Dame over Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
I agree with
Notre
C, but I just had this thought. I just had this thought in my head as Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame deserved to get in the playoffs. However, to remove all doubt, Notre Dame get in the conference, compete for
Right.
a conference championship, and remove
Yeah.
all doubt.
Yeah.
Because you're leaving too much to ambiguity because you're not in the conference. Like I'm looking at you the
How-
same way
how-
E looking at you.
how-
You're not in the conference. Like you pick your own schedule every year. If you want to be a legitimate contender, get in the conference next year. It doesn't matter if as long as they're ranked in the top 12 next year. Notre Dame
They get in
is
automatically
in. They
for the next 6 years.
automatically in. Yeah.
So they have no reason. They have no reason to join a conference. They
Yeah.
in, regardless.
Yep, for the next 6 years. Yep. But see, this is my
So
thing. Like, what makes them good? Because we can only because the tops are not playing each other.
legacy.
So we can only base it off of who they're playing. So who have they played to make you say that they're good? Because when they played, when they played Miami, they lost.
They
When they
lost by
played
3.
Texas, they lost.
Lost by
So
1 against Texas A&M.
so when you play a good team, you lose. So how do we determine if they're good?
That can go. It's the way the football bounce. It's a funny shaped object. So I think the game of football is played in that way. Texas A&M was getting smoked 30-3 by South Carolina. Now, yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
came back and won that game. Yes, they came back and won that game, but they got smoked. Who did they get smoked by? At the end
But
of
you
the
but
season, Oklahoma.
you talk about an SEC team though. You
And
talking about a South Carolina.
so this is just the point. This is a point that I'm making about what you're saying. Who are they playing? Who is South Carolina? Regardless of being an SEC team, they at the bottom of the SEC. And Notre Dame would have smoked South Carolina, hands down.
Yeah.
No question
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah. Yeah. I can agree with that for sure.
So
Mm-hmm.
all
So
I'm saying is the way the football bounce sometimes determines how the game goes. Like I'm not gonna discredit Notre Dame and say who they played. Them dudes hit hard.
But
They play.
you can't act like South Carolina can't beat Notre Dame.
They
South Carolina don't have some good teams now.
here.
They push Georgia to the brink.
You're
So
moving the needle.
that's
You're
right.
moving the needle. I'm talking about this year. You going back to South Carolina teams and when Will Muschamp was up there coaching, bro.
No, I'm asking you, how can you say that about Notre Dame when they done lost to say
Notre
that they're a
Dame
better
this
team?
year was a top 12 team. That's all
They
I'm
are a
saying.
top 12
Notre
team.
Dame played football this year. They played
They
football line of scrimmage, bro.
Dog, they're a
mm-hmm.
top 12 team every year. They're gonna
They were
automatically be a top 12 team.
they played in the national championship last year, not on luck. Not on luck.
that's true. They was a damn good team last year.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't getting
Like
they didn't get ran over like TCU did.
bro,
They didn't
like
get ran over by these other teams that went up in the
like
they didn't get ran over like Washington Huskies did.
it's something
So
different going on up there in South Bend, bro. It's just different
Mm-hmm.
right now. It's a program.
Now,
I'm not gonna take that away from the program.
I kind of want to get back to something though. Let's can we talk about a little bit how them opting out of the bowl game and what that means for the players that are on that team? Because that's something that
So-
That's it.
bugs me.
So,
Yeah,
That's it.
that bugs me
I
because if
here's go ahead,
go ahead.
Trap. I ain't gonna cut you.
No,
No.
what
I-
the only thing I was gonna say was if that decision was made by the players, like if they came together and said, "Hey, coach, we don't want to play in this game," I can respect that. Or even if it's the players and the coach together who made that decision. But in all intents and purposes, it looks like the AD and the head coach made this decision. So there are players on that team that probably could have benefited from that extra game. Um, I just don't. I don't foresee bowls mattering as much anymore, and I just see a whole bunch of teams opting out of bowls because if you don't make the 12
Yeah, a
team
lot of
playoff
players.
or the 16 team playoffs, the bowls are not worth going to. So that's just I see it as a trend that's happening.
You get a little kickback. I
Mhm.
that's
would
it. The school
I
gets
would
a
be-
kickback.
I would be hesitant to believe that, and we're just gonna go into it's gonna go into our second topic of the night, the moral compass. I would like to be hesitant to believe that decision was made without those young men having input. I would like
I
to
think
think
they did,
that
but I
that
think it was all emotional though.
I mean,
Yeah.
but mm, so there is a feeling that comes with being cheated or feeling cheated um by whatever system. So emotional or not, respectfully, those feelings should be respected. Um Now that was a majorly decision for those seniors.
Mhm.
May that's going to be a life something you got to live with for the rest of your life. And to that point, you got to
I
stand for
think it's
something or your
I just think it's different.
So
It's a difference between opting out and just not playing a bowl game at all. Like if you're a senior and you have a future in the NFL and your bowl doesn't mean as much as you think it should, opting out is totally different. I think you should have the right to opt out. But to just say,
what
"Hey, we're
what
not going to do the bowl at all,"
Yeah.
but
bro,
but
that's heavy.
for me, So again, like I said, if we're not standing for what we're believing in and what we believe is right, and I mean that comes with a cost. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Well, that's life
Okay.
though, man.
It is. It is absolutely life. You're absolutely right.
You go
The
play the
boss.
game because it didn't go the way that you wanted to, but you still gotta go and play, even though
So
you don't want to, even though it don't seem right.
so again, that's a decision
That's where
that
the moral part come in. Eh?
but your decision would be that as a team, as a locker room, as a campus, as a community, that was a decision that everybody made and moved together. We ain't heard about nobody from that program hitting transfer portal because they not playing.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
True.
Ain't
That is
nobody
true.
playing.
But I will
But
say the transfer portal
it
hasn't
happened
been that
quickly.
active though either.
Huh?
Which is the
Not
first. This
yet.
the first.
They
Yeah, this the
usually wait
first
till
year of the
after the
new
bowl
transfer
game.
portal. So,
They got to
um,
this January 2nd.
mhm.
Hey, dude,
So it
we'll come back. We'll come back January 3rd and see, to revisit how many of those kids hit the portal and had that big of a problem with it. I just don't
yeah.
believe
Not
that.
even well, we're not even saying that they didn't, but when it's time for them to play and that date comes, they're gonna wish they had played,
Like
even if they
that's
decide that they want to play,
right. I'm like,
because it's
gee, like,
still
hey,
football.
that's
It's
a,
Hey,
still football, and you still
that's
got
subjective.
freshmen, you got sophomore that can get a little exposure, they can get a little PT, they can get some hard hitting in. You can go ahead and plan for the spring break. It's a lot that you can do. It ain't just about the bowl game as far as just playing in the big one. If you know that you missed on some stuff, you can see what you got. That is a perfect opportunity to see it on the big stage against a good quality team.
So
Why would
somebody,
you just not go?
somebody somewhere said we've proven what
somebody with enough power,
yeah we
somebody with that
we
power
we've
stick said,
proven
nah.
that we belong. That's what they're saying.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that I agree with that, but that's exactly what they're saying.
Like
Okay.
some punks, like some sissies,
With Notre Dame
like some sissies.
Hey,
with Notre Dame
so
being a
here's my
private
little take
school.
on the whole thing, right?
Okay, G.
So a lot of
Keep up,
folks
balls.
are tripping, right? A lot of folks tripping is like, oh, Notre Dame, they not participating, right? Them same folks that don't like participation trophies, right? They ain't in championship. A bowl game is a participation trophy per se, but it's that same group of folks that are like, we don't like participation trophies. Y'all need to win championships. Y'all need to go do this. Y'all need to be in first place. So now Notre Dame opted out of it because they don't want the participation trophy. Now everybody mad at them. I mean, like, am I off base here? It's like, yo, it's like, if they don't want to participate, hey, we out.
But you
But
can't
them,
opt
So
out
you
though.
can't get mad at them.
You can't quit the whole
so
game, dog. The whole team. Even
It's participation trophy.
Florida State played against Georgia and got beat 70 to whatever it was, 60
So
something to 3.
so
But they
you're
Well, that's
showed
saying
because
up.
had they team opted out.
Yeah,
so
but
yeah,
they
right.
They
showed up.
said,
They
Did
showed up
they?
and played. They
Did
got
they
they
show
Hollywood,
didn't
up?
show up.
but they
You can't
showed up.
come on, man. That was more embarrassing than what we talking about with Notre Dame. Come
You
on,
got
man.
some. You
Yeah,
got some.
they
You
shouldn't
got
have
some.
showed up. They should just went
What
ahead and
Notre Dame
said,
is supposed to do is, and what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to play and score 100 points.
Now
And
again,
then
this
and
all
then just score 100
hey,
points.
who
Just run it up.
who was they supposed to play?
They'll get somebody like I think they had them against Georgia Tech or somebody like that. I
they would
could
have
be
beat
wrong.
Georgia.
I
They
could
I
would
be
was
have beat
about to
wrong.
Tech.
say, it's like, it might depend on who they gonna play. If they
Nah,
were gonna stick them up
I think they
against
like
like
10, so it's gonna be
UTSA,
like Texas or somebody like they get a good game. Texas or
it was going.
Vanderbilt,
It,
so
I
they
think it was
probably
going to
get
be a
something
good
like that.
game.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
because they right
So
outside. So it'll
let me
probably be
ask you
they
12.
this.
did.
It'll be 13 to 14.
So what happens to the team that they were going to play? They don't get a bowl game
They
either?
they ain't got no
They
bowl game.
find
So you
no. They
I
hurt
think
find
they
them.
got
another.
moved.
They find them another opponent. Somebody else will
Oh,
take
so
that
they
Yeah,
go
spot.
outside the top 25 or somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah. Hey, but the thing is, everybody talking about this. Yo, there's like 10 other teams that did the same thing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
The whole team out there,
There's like 10 other teams that said we ain't doing a bowl game.
or they just decline and enter the.
So, what do you mean? No, they just said they ain't playing. They said, yo, we're not doing a bowl game. I mean, they got the invites. So, is it not the same?
It's basically the same, but I think yeah.
I mean, it means more because they had an option to get into the CFP. I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
They felt they should have been in the CFP, and they do. But other teams, I mean, we talking Florida State? Didn't they decline a game?
They should. They should.
I know Auburn declined. Florida
They
State
should.
didn't. They didn't win. They didn't make a bowl.
Here's the list. Here's the list. Notre Dame, Kansas State, Iowa State, Florida State, Auburn, UCF, Baylor, Kansas, Rutgers, and Temple. Bruh, like
they all should have declined.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, Florida State for sure, 100%.
Ain't nobody missing them though.
Ain't nobody. Yeah, no.
So
that's a decent 14 to 15 game right there.
Yeah, that next Saturday.
Yeah.
This Saturday. They got played this week. That's probably why they declined.
That's the gold magnum pack bowl.
Oh,
so
I
either way, they get
what
money.
you just said.
Yeah, that's the gold magnum pack. The mayonnaise bowl. Yeah.
Man.
Oh Lord,
Big Mama hot sauce bowl and all that stuff right there.
Oh boy.
We put some money together, we can get a bowl down here.
All right, so we appreciate you taking a second to listen to our thoughts about this playoff thing and what Notre Dame has decided to do with their program and not participate. We hope that you not only listen to our thoughts but share yours as well. It's your boy C with the committee. Peace.